Hi, my name is Kate, and this is my channel, Reading in Pajamas. I am here in my pajamas to talk about reading. So I am an elementary school librarian, and it has just started to be our summer vacation. We've been on vacation for about 4 days now. The kids gave me a cold, so you may hear some coughing. That was their final parting gift to me. But I am super excited to finally be on vacation, and I hope to catch up on some reading. However, I am a major soccer fangirl, which means I will be watching every single match of the World Cup, all 104 matches, which may make the next thing I say seem a little bit crazy. My sisters told me I was crazy. They said, be more realistic. And I said, no, that's not how I roll. And so I am calling this my 100 book summer. Okay. I am challenging myself to read 100 books this summer while watching the World Cup, while watching the Tour de France. I may have to extend it to when summer actually ends as opposed to when we come back from summer break. We'll see. But my whole adult life, I have wanted to read 250 books in a single year. And I have never, ever come even close. I am not close now. But if I want to try to reach that goal, I need to read 100 books this summer just to get myself back on track. So that's what we're going to do. Any chance we get, we are going to be listening to books. We will be reading books. If I'm cleaning around the house, if I'm doing a load of laundry, I will be listening to a book. If it is halftime in the soccer match, I will be listening or reading a book. Any moment to try to fit in that reading and try to make it to 100 books, that is what I am going to do. My plan is to film a short every time I finish a book, and then I will just put it 1 out of 100 or whatever. And I'll do a short little synopsis of what I thought about the book. The thing you need to know about me is my mind deletes plots really fast. We start a new book and I've already forgotten. Okay. I've forgotten the names of the characters. I've forgotten everything. So that's why I decided to do shorts as I finish books to hopefully still retain some of the information. The other thing I'm going to do to try to help myself with this goal is I might be abandoning reading challenges for a little bit just to try to get books out of my TBR just to get them done. So as books come up available from the library, I'm going to focus on shorter books, 8-hour-ish books, as opposed to the 1,000-page books that I sometimes try to do during these challenges, and it never works out well for myself. So I I thought I would just do that as a brief intro and then show you guys some of the books that I'm hoping to hit this summer. Okay, so this is just a handful of the ones that I have physical copies of and are in hand. Some of these are from book boxes that I would really like to read the books I get from book boxes, and so I have some of those on this list. Others are series that I know are popular right now, but I haven't yet read, and so I want to hit some of those. So there are a few longer ones in this list, and then I will just let you know what I'm reading right now. Okay? So I'll just start with what's on top. I have here the Shadow and Bones trilogy. I've wanted to read in the Grishaverse for a while, but I keep on trying to go for books that are not in the beginning, and I believe that this is the beginning of it. So I would really like to read this trilogy so I can move on to other books in the world, the Grisha world. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. But yeah, I am not positive if I have these on audio, so these might be ones I have to physically read, which is fine. I am a very, very slow reader. This is part of why I mainly listen to books. I read at the speed of about a 5th grader, okay? I have great comprehension, but I am a slow reader. So yeah, that's there. This book is my one little cheaty book, kind of. sorry, excuse me. This is In the Shadow of Queens, and so it's actually a bunch of short stories that go in between the 6 Tudor Queen books. And I am working on reading that series. However, I used to be able to get the short stories on my Kindle, and they're not available anymore, and I don't know why. And so I could only find it in this book, which I had to buy a used copy off of Amazon. And I mean, it's beautiful. Look at that. That's beautiful. The Tudor roses on the inside. But I will be counting each individual story as a book. And the reason for that is, again, I will be reading them in between the ladies that they should be read in between. And I actually have to catch up and read Arthur because I finished Catherine, the One True Queen. So now I need to read Arthur. I should have started with Arthur. That was her first husband. And then The Blackened Heart, is that the one I need to read next? I don't know. It's all on Goodreads, and I'll be following the series order on Goodreads. So when it tells me to read one of these books, that's when I'll read it. So that's why this is kind of a cheat, because it's bound as one book, but I will be reading it as the individual short stories and counting that. Next, I have all 3 books in this series. I haven't read any of them. And I have them in their special limited editions, so I want to read them. This is the Briar Wings Academy books. Nope, Blood Wing Academy books by Briar Bolin. And the first one is On Wings of Blood. I really want to read these. I love the spine spray. I think that's beautiful. So I'm really excited about that. Next one is one I got in an Allurial box, and this is Half City by Kate Golden. I am really excited about this one. It was from February 2026. I love that they include a bookmark that is like the cover. I think that's so cool. And then, yeah, I just think I'm really excited about this book. I love books about like academies and school settings. I've just always really liked books like that. So I am really excited about this one. Next we have one, Dire Bound. Have not read it yet. Beautiful edges. I need to order the second one before it no longer has the beautiful edges, just so that they will look beautiful next to each other on the shelf. But I've been meaning to read this one for a while. The thing is that holds me back. I do not like werewolves at all, like at all. And I know these aren't werewolves, they are dire wolves, but I just do not like werewolves, and I have an ongoing fear that this is going to be too much that brings out my dislike of werewolves and werewolf stories. So if you've read this and can assure me that it's not like that, I would appreciate any assurances down below. This one is quite long, over 500 pages. So yeah, and then I need to order the next one, like I said. So here we have Dire Bound, and I plan on reading, is it Fury Bound? Is that the next one? Fury Bound? I plan on reading both this summer. Speaking of bound books, I have Bloodbound by Elias Hunter. This is a book of the month book, but I did upgrade to the pretty sprayed edges because why not? And I don't really know much of anything about this book except for that, like, it has dragons. And this came with 2 different cover options, but I like the blue one, so that's why I've put it on the blue side. And it says you duel or you die. I mean, what's not to love about that? Next up, another book of the month club book that I want to read is A Dissection of Murder. I believe that this is a debut a debut author or novel. And it's a dead judge, a silent defendant in a courtroom full of liars. And I read a review that said that this was really good. I try not to read any particulars, and as I mentioned before, my brain just deletes information, so I don't know what it's about, but I'm pretty excited about it. I like a good mystery and a murder mystery, so I'm really, really hopeful for this. Finally, I am going to enter the Dungeon Crawler Carl world. So I have books 1 and 2 so far, and I will be buying the rest as the hardcovers, just because I think they look so pretty. And I have high hopes for this. I've heard a lot of great things, and I'm really hopeful. It sounds really funny. And it sounds like something I've never read before. So I'm really looking forward to that. I I was so hopeful for this series that I've actually bought the entire series on audio a month ago or so. Almost all of the books were on sale, and so I just bought them. I didn't use my credits. I just bought them outright. They were like $5 to $10 each. I don't even think the most expensive was 10. So I bought them all, and I am really super excited about them. So I'll probably maybe be doing tandem reading with this one. One thing I am considering, let me get a cough drop. As as a form of exercise bribing for myself, I am considering making this series my gym read. So if I'm at the gym working out, I can go ahead and listen to this. And that's the only time I will listen to it. And I'm hoping that that will like get me to actually go to the gym during the summer. I walk home from work most days, but because I'm on summer break, there is no walking home. And so I am just hoping to use that as a form of bribery. So, sorry, excuse me. I am reading 2 books at present. My physical read right now is The Emma Effect, and I have this in a Once Upon a Book Club box. So how that works, focus, okay? Every so many pages, there is a Post-it note that will say, open your gift. So you go into the box and you find the gift that's marked on page 83. And then you're able to open it, and it's supposed to relate to what is happening on that page. So this is my first physical read. For my audio read, I am listening right now to The Rise of Neptune. Last week, I read the first book in the series, The Last Dragon on Mars. And let me just, one moment of like complaining. I bought both of these at the Scholastic Book Fair that my school does, that I host. Why do the spines not match? Okay, look at this. Book 1, book 2. Why is this not shifted down to be around the same place? Where the title is located, same thing. That's just really irritating. It doesn't look right when they're next to each other on the shelf. I just think designers need to think about this thing more. It's very irritating, and I know that this is something that a lot of readers find irritating. At least this one is the same height and the same, like, all that, but this not lining up is irritating. Anyway, I give this one a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. And how far am I into this book? I'd tell you, but I'm listening to it on my phone and I'm filming on my phone. I'm probably like a third of the way through. I'm really enjoying this one too. So if you haven't read them yet, highly recommend. The third book I think is going to come out in October. So really enjoying these. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I will be posting shorts with my updates, and then I will try to maybe sort through my challenges, try to figure out something and film some kind of a preview video of my summer reading plans. I mean, I guess this is kind of that, like an introduction to that, but I'm going to look through my various challenges and try to get a better grasp on like reading orders and things. I'm sick right now, and so I'm not really in the mood to do that. And it is kind of hot here in California, so I'm that also makes me not want to do things. So I'm not a summer girly. I am a fall girl. If we had real fall here in California, which we don't, we have very small fall and spring. We have very big summer, very hot. I don't live by the coast. I live up in Sacramento area where we will get 113-degree days. One year on my birthday, which is my birthday is July 16th, so smack dab in the middle of summer. And I think it was like 117. You could feel the heat coming up through your shoes. It was terrible. So, that's summer here in California or Northern California. And so I am not a summer girly. I'm not going to go outside and roast myself. So I'm going to turn on the air conditioning and pretend like it's cooler. So I will chat with you guys later. Hopefully I will have a finished first book and be able to at least get on the board. So I will chat with you guys later. Hope that you're having a fantastic day and reading lots of books. Bye.